Hello and welcome to SolidWorks Beginner Tutorial Series. So whether you're a professional, a student, or someone who's passionate about design, this tutorial is for you. So this tutorial will be a form of 3 videos. So on the first video, we will be covering the SolidWorks interface, how to navigate throughout SolidWorks, and we'll get you familiar with the interface generally. And then we will start designing our very first part. So we'll start by sketching and then build up the 3D model. And then on the second video, we will be continuing to design the rest of the parts. And then by the end, we will get you to assemble your very first assembly or project in SolidWorks. And then we'll create a drawing of this assembly with dimensions and, of course, a BOM, which is a very critical component of engineering generally. What you're looking at here is the 3D model that we'll be creating. And now let's discover SolidWorks together. As we said previously, in SolidWorks, we have many bars and pans that we would be using during our design. So let's just open up a file. So that's the very first part that we'll be creating, but we will use it also just to tell you what each pan does. So on the top here is your standard toolbar. So what the standard toolbar does is actually allows you to create a new part, drawing, or assembly, and then save or print or update your file. We will be diving into updating and file properties and of course options later on. And then here on the left you have the menu bar. So the menu bar is any other software. You have files where you can save and everything, and then edit also, and then view, which shows you all the kind of what you want to display, what you want to hide, insert, and then tools, and then windows, right? And then on the left side, let's stay on the left side. So you have a manager pane. So in this manager pane where you actually manage your design tree, your properties, your configurations, and adding GPS and then colors and everything. So here is your feature manager or design tree. So in this design tree is actually what shows you what's the process that you have followed to create these parts. So you can see here that we start by extrusion, fillets, chamfers, and then we ended up by adding these holes. And then here is your command manager. So the command manager allows you actually to create features or create sketches and then turn them into 3D models. So you will be using that command manager so much. So it's good to get familiar with it and just to discover different angles and see what it and everything does. Of course, we will be discovering them together later on. And here you have the heads up view toolbar. So the heads up view toolbar is what allows you to change views, change the way you view your model, and then change the colors, zoom in, zoom out, section cuts. Of course, we will be discovering that as well later on. And here is your search bar. So let's say that you're looking for a command that you cannot really find it here. You just go here and click on the command that you want. Like in our case, we are looking for flex. So you can just click on it and then use that command. Of course, you will be more familiar with it later on, but it's good to know. And here is the task pane. So this is where you open up your file, library, appearance, and drawing as well. This is the graphic area, is where you actually create your model. You can change the background, change the colors and everything. And here is your status bar. So the status bar is telling you in which phase your part is. So it's editing, of course, because we are creating this part and everything. And here on the side, you have your units. So it's from here where you will set up your units. If you need to change them, you just go here and click on the units that you want to. So without further ado, actually now let's jump into designing our parts. So this is our very first part that we will be designing. Let's check how actually to design it. Now, if you go ahead and you open up SolidWorks, that's the first view that you will get. So to create the parts, go here to new, click on new, and then click on parts, and then click OK. Front plane, sketch, select the front plane, of course, and then go to sketch. Click on front plane and then sketch, right? Got it? So let's do it. And then go to rectangle. So this is a rectangle. Click on this point here. See, once I get close to it, it gets yellow. Click on it and release the button and drag your mouse. All right, and usually we use the left button to click and select and everything. To zoom in and out, we use the scroll button, the middle scroll wheel, right? Now, once we created this rectangle, let's go ahead and add dimensions. So the first dimension that we have is 60 And the second dimension that we have is 120. Now let's add in more features into our rectangle, of course, because there are many features more than that. Go to circle and create the first circle, and then create the second circle. And let's go to smart dimension. Click on escape. I mean, if you're still on the function, just click on escape, and then you will escape the sketching, and then go to smart dimension. And let's add in dimensions to these two circles. So the first dimension is 20. And the second dimension is 40. And then this circle, far from this line by 30 millimeters. And this one as well. All right. So I'm making it really as simple as I can so you wouldn't get lost in your very first tutorial. Let's add dimensions to the circles. So 15 on diameter. Let's add in dimensions to the second one as well. There are different features that allows you to make them equal and everything, but let's just focus on the simple things before moving ahead. So once you're good, once you have all, like you made your sketch black and you have a closed loop that looks like this, let's go to feature and then click on extruded boss. So you will get something that looks like that. I mean, yellow, and then here you can add the dimension, and here the direction. Just keep it on blind. You can play with it if you want to, mid plan and everything, but just keep it blind for now, and make it 10 millimeters. So this is your very first shape, right? Now let's select again this face and add another sketch on the top of it. So this time, let's go to line, start from the bottom, sketch all the way to the top, and then to the right, go back to the bottom again, and then to the first point where we have started. You can actually make it quickly by rectangle, but I just wanted to go through the line feature as well. So here, the dimension that we have is 35, and that's it. You're good to go. Click on OK. And then go to feature, extruded boss, keep it 10 and keep it blind. All right. Now, actually, we have extra features here. We have a fillet here and a fillet here, and 2 more fillets or 4 more fillets on this rectangle, but they're different, of course. So let's go ahead and create the very first fillets. So go to fillet, click on fillet, and then add in the dimension. So the dimension that we have here is 15. Click on this one and select this one as well. So we will get a preview that looks like that. Once you're good, click on OK. Now let's add the different fillets here. So these guys would be 10. Go to fillet again. Add the dimension, 10, of course. And then click on this one and click on this line. Click on this line again and click on this line, not the face. If you missed and you clicked on the face, double click it again and it will be unselected. So the reason why we don't want to select faces is because when you select face, it's actually make the whole face rounded. So let's actually try it. So if you select this face, of course it's too small, you cannot really make it. But if you select this face, you can actually make it. See how the preview looks like? It's full rounded face. We don't want that. We just want fillets on the side, so just keep it simple, right? Now let's add in chamfers. So the chamfers are very similar to fillets, but they come on the edges and they look kind of like that, right? So click on this small arrow and click on chamfer. Let's click on this line and make it actually 2, not 10. So something is different a little bit about the chamfers is when you click it, it just takes all the chain of the lines, because you cannot make a chamfer until here and that's it. No, it actually takes all the chain. Now let's click on this one as well. Now let's click on the bottom one as well. And then let's add 2 chamfers here and here as well. Right, once you're good to go, click on OK, and you should get a part that looks like that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to add these holes on the top here. So to add holes now, we are not going to draw it as we did in the beginning. Go to hole wizard, click on it, and go to hole here, select this one, and select ISO and then drill size, and the diameter should be 10, and the depth should be 12. So make sure that it's depth up to shoulder. Once you're good, click on position. So once you click on position, make it somewhere in here, and make the second position somewhere in here. Just for you guys to not get lost, because I know this might be a little bit tricky, before you select the whole wizard, make sure that you select this face, right? So select the face and go to whole wizard, and then select all the parameters that we have set before. So as we said, it should be 10 here. Once you're good, go to position. So you will have the holes on this surface, because if you didn't select it, then you will be having a 3D holes. Means you can add it to any surface, which can be tricky sometimes. So let's just add 2 points here. So these are actually sketches points, so we should add dimensions so they will turn into black. If not, then you will have holes that are moving around, which is not good for your design once you get many parts. This second dimension should be 12, and between the 2 holes you have 34. And then of course let's add the dimension to this hole as well, or let's make it a little bit better. Click on escape, right? And then click on this point and click Control and click on the second point and make it vertical. So once you make it vertical, means this point and this point will be vertical. So here you have it, everything's black, everything's good. Click on OK, and you will get something that looks like that. So that was our very first part. Before moving ahead, make sure that you save it, save as, change the name here, and make it part. So that was our very first tutorial. I hope you like it, and I'll see you on the next one.